All right, this is Chaotic Crypto, where we defy tyranny, coming to you on this Saturday. Doing a little update once again. Taking a look at a few Bitcoin indicators that I think are really spelling some bullish feels. So basically, on this retracement, we came down from 31 to 31K. We came down Fibonacci retracement down to 0.618. That's your typical retracement. We pretty much hit the 0.618. Not exactly, but it's not always going to be exact. But we are on the 200-week moving average. We came down and tested it earlier this week, and now we're hovering above it. And that's the line in the sand for me. The 200-week moving average is going to be the bullish bearish case. If we go below it, close a whole week below, we're going to come down to 20K, probably 20 to 23K. Maybe even go down and retest like 17 or 18. I'm not thinking that's going to happen. Our stochastic RSI is kind of closing the gap here. I would like to see us go more into oversold, but it looks like the blue is about to cross over the red, and that's going to be bullish. On the regular RSI, taking a look at this. We did get a little rejection. I'm not really keen on what's going to happen here. Though looking at the past here, when we crash below, it can be pretty bearish, but we crashed below here and pulled right back up. So it's not exactly like bearish because we're below this yellow line. I mean, it could just be a temporary dip like this, since it's not really it's not telling us one thing or another. So also, right back to the total market cap, we're still hovering on the 200-week moving averages. 200 exclude BTC, still hovering. I mean, it's looking bullish. We're on these lines right now, and it's looking kind of bullish to me. XRP wants to break out. I'm also looking at Tron, TRX. I think I have it on here. Tron is really making some interesting moves. I thought I had it on here. TRX. Let's see if it's here. Should be. TRX USD. Finance. Which one we want to do? Tether US. We'll just do this. Bear with me. I have way too many indicators here. Let's see. Where did it go? Oh my gosh. Did it not pop up? I could have sworn it did. TRX, USDT. There we go. All right. Well, it looks like I had it. Maybe it got listed off. I don't know. Interesting, but like, look, I mean, this Tron is looking amazing right now. And I'm guessing it's because of USD Tether. Tether uses it for its transactions and settlements. I mean, this looks like it just wants to rip. So it's interesting to me. Very interesting. Let's see what else we got here. And we're actually seeing some decent bullish activity here. And I think a lot of these coins are just prepped to start moving up. You know, if XRP breaks 55 cents, it's off to the races. We're going at least probably 80 cents. 70 to 80 cents for sure. We break up this. We probably break up and we come back down and retest 55 cents. So whatever happens, but sort of have to expect these things. VE Chain handles supply chain management sort of things, and I'm kind of curious what's going to happen here. It's clearly oversold. Something to keep a look at. It's not making any big moves yet, but it probably will. Also with Theta, I mean, a lot of these coins are so oversold that we haven't had our alt season yet, a real alt run. I mean, I think we're going to get a run the next month or two into July, just like the previous cycles. I've showed this before, but the last 2 cycles we had runs up into July, and then we had a consolidation for the rest of the year. And I think we're going to have something very similar to that. May, June, July. Let's see, pretty similar right in here. And I don't know if the data really goes into this. Well, I mean, Bitcoin was so young back here, but you could almost say like right in here, we were having a run. Maybe better. There we go. Let's see. July. It's too early to really tell that kind of a thing. But I think something like this is very. I think we're going to get a June, July run. So that's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. At the very least, we'll be going sideways and consolidating more. That's fine. No problem there. But the big important thing is that we're on the 200-week moving average. And that's just beautiful. So we want to stay above that. So as long as we stay above that, everything is fine. We are in sort of a falling wedge here on the weekly. And it looks like we might be bouncing off. So target the rising wedge back to 30, 31K. I think that's certainly a possibility. Look at the smaller time frames. The 4-hour looks a little wonky. I'm getting resistance. 4-hour doesn't look so great. So this weekend probably is a bust. I wouldn't expect too much craziness. The daily is consolidating more, so maybe we get a couple more days of slow, boring grind down. But on the daily here, we are finding some support here, so that looks kind of good on the regular RSI. Take a look at Solana. Let's go back to the weeklies, and there is that saying: when in doubt, zoom out. Like, if you're going to be a trader, not telling you what to do, but my problem was when I first got into trading, I was looking at the 5-minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, never looking at the daily or weekly or monthly. Like, those are the ones that really matter when you're an investor. If you're a trader, yeah, you want to look at the hourly and 4-hour, and like that's what you do for your quick moves. But you really want to look at the larger picture. And Solana's looking pretty juicy. I'd like to see it a little more oversold. We might get a little pull down with Solana. Kind of curious with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's just been rallying, ripping. I just wonder, it's just like, God, it looks oversold. I think we might get one more push up in the stock market, and then we get a nightmare. We're probably going to pull back down the 200-week moving average. That could be pretty ugly. I'm kind of seeing. And if let's see, I haven't really looked at this, but let's say we take this. Oof. All right, so this can be bad. Basically, we're at the 0.618 retrace. And if we don't, this is a resistance zone that very likely will reject and come back down. It's very likely. That's the NASDAQ. That's the tech heavy portion of the stock market. S&P is probably similar. Let's see. I don't know why it's line chart. I don't know why it's in the line thing. I guess I don't have the candles for this. But I imagine this is the same. Let's see. Yeah, we're at the pick of 0.618 as well. I mean, it's very likely we'll reject. I don't want to say it, but oh man, I think another jump down. to the 200 week is probably going to happen over the summer. Maybe we get a little bit more hype this week, but oof. Take a look at the Dixie. Looks bearish. I think that's bearish. Indecision candle. Link is like so juicy. It's not doing a damn thing. And it's really a fundamental coin to have. I think this thing's going to rip here pretty soon. Hoping it'll rip soon. Now the Dow Jones probably isn't quite as bearish. Though we are lingering at the 0.618, but it looks a little bit healthier than the others. I think tech might get hit again, if I had to guess, judging from the oversold conditions. Zilliqa, I'm kind of wondering what's going to happen. I wanted to get more bullish. Tezos is just looking rough. I mean, a lot of these are just so like oversold, though. I think we're going to get some big jumps. XLM, which is basically runs in tandem with XRP. I'm kind of curious if it's going to start running. If XRP has already started to run, or XLM might follow. It's usually how those two run. Neo, it being a China coin might have a good run too. Let's see. Litecoin. So Litecoin's halving is upon us. This is a chart I drew a while back. This is kind of what I think might happen with Litecoin. Maybe we come up and retest these highs again, and then it'll eventually break out. With the ordinals and the higher gas fees on Bitcoin transaction fees, I think like Litecoin might come and step in and be something for Bitcoin. But Litecoin Foundation, I've heard, doesn't do a whole lot. It really needs to get. We need to get above the 200-week moving average with Litecoin. And once that happens, we probably bounce and head on up. I think it's halving is somewhere in here. Yeah, it's somewhere in here, so that might be something to look out for. Aave, kind of curious. Just consolidating. I have a little bit of that. I'm kind of curious. Like DeFi is going to probably make another jump back, so it should be interesting. And Apple wants to break back out. That looks kind of bullish, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe NASDAQ does go up for another high. Look at Tesla. See if I can find Tesla anywhere. There it is. All right, so Tesla broke out of its 0.618. I think that's the fib I did. Yeah, Tesla might keep on going up. Looking pretty good there. So maybe the stock market does recover. I was looking at it's just like the stochastic and the RSIs. They just look a little bit oversold. So Atom, man, this is one I really like, and I think it's going to keep consolidating, making lower highs or higher lows. Let's do a little projection on Atom. So Atom Cosmos. Let's take a look at what's going on here in the Fibonacci. Fibonacci retracement. So midsummer prediction for the next little run up, we could come up as high as $30 to $40, which would be insane. I'm not really saying that, but I think, or at least, yeah, I think we could come up to $30 or $40 actually in the next. If we get a little run up and then a pull back down in the next couple months, it's something likely that could happen. But let's look at the longer term. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see what kind of price range from the breakout. We'll take this level to the top. So that was a 2,000% increase. Now we'll be conservative and say we're going to do a 1,000% increase on the next bull run. This is the next couple of years, so long-term projection. All right, so hang on, sorry. So we'll come back, come up here. We'll choose this as a bottom. We'll say 1,000% increase somewhere in here. Between, I would say, $75 to $100 probably for Adam is pretty conservative, and that's not too bad considering you're getting 22%, 20 to 22%, rewards if you stake it on Exodus and Atomic Wallet. So good stuff there. I think Atomic is a great move. Solana is a good move. CRO token. If CRO Crypto.com, if that thing can survive this bear market, it could really it went to $1 pretty much. So just to go all-time highs, that's, what is that? That's a 1,500% increase. And honestly, I think it's going to go a lot higher than that, assuming it survives. So we'll see what happens. But I think that's going to be it for me today. I just want to do a little technical analysis and I want to try to do like 1 to 2 coins, a little technical analysis, a little bit of prediction per video now. So these are the coins I'm watching, really stoked about. So hang in there, enjoy your weekend, and we'll check back in later. Peace.